Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel, Walk Within Moments with me, Kathy Carswell. Now today I'm going to be talking about something that's very dear to my heart, the accident that changed my life. It happened not too long ago on June the 4th, 2017. We were in a major car accident. It was 6 of us, my husband, my mother, my sister-in-law, my daughter, and my sister-in-law's son, and of course myself. At the time, we was traveling to Virginia Beach, and we were going to pick up our mother-in-law. We were heading there, and the tire exploded. From the tire exploding, the car flipped several times. My mother was ejected from the car, so was my husband. Our daughter halfway ejected from the car, and the rest of us were left in. I remember when the tire exploded, it was like, what's going on? I couldn't really pinpoint what was going on. I thought it was the tire, but I did not know. I don't even remember the whole accident. I just remember the very beginning of when right before the tire exploded, I looked up in the mirror. I just kind of looked around at everyone, and everyone was asleep besides, of course, myself and my mom. I looked up and she was smiling, and then I looked back towards the front, and it was like the Newport News sign, and I was like, okay, I'm almost there. Then that's when what broke loose. And so it was, oh my goodness, I cannot even describe. Well, I'll do my best. When I came to, I looked around, and I remember like looking forward, and the glass and everything was kind of shattered and stuff. And I looked, and I was like, is this tumbleweed? And because we were just looking at Westerns not too long ago. My mom loved Westerns. And for some reason, it reminded me of tumbleweed. Like it was just stuff in the front, like of the tire debris and things of that nature. And so I looked and I said, tumbleweed. And of course, it was not tumbleweed. We were on the highway, and it was just the debris from the car, and we ended up being turned around. So we were facing the woods and then oncoming traffic. And so that's pretty much what it looked like. And then I turned around, my sister-in-law's in the background. It was an SUV. So my sister-in-law's back there. She's like, sunk number 2. She was calling me. That's my spiritual name. And she was like, what happened? What happened? And I remember turning around slowly. I'm like, I don't know. And like, what are you asking me for? I was still numb to what happened. And she was like, where is everybody? And so I turned again. And I remember, this is all in slow motion because I hit my head several times on the steering wheel. And, I'm bleeding and everything. And I'm just kind of like shook because I don't even know where my blood is coming from. And so I'm turning around and I said, oh, my husband's not here. And then I turned some more like, oh, my daughter's not here. And then I looked up. I said, where's my mom? And so I'm like, I don't know where they are. The front window was shattered. I couldn't see all the way out of it to see what everything was going on. And again, it did not register an accident. None of that registered. It was confusion in my mind. Like, what happened? What is this? And so then I see a woman come up beside me, and she was like, try to get out. And then I finally came to, and I was like, and I tried to open the door, and I couldn't get out on my side. And I said, I can't get out. And I started to panic. And she was like, well, get out on that side. And so again, I'm dripping with blood, and I have no idea where it's coming from. And so, but that, I don't know what it is, that energy that you get, like when you're trying to save yourself or save someone, that's what I got. And no matter how much pain I was in, or I began to climb over. And before I climbed over, I put the car in park. Like, it was already stopped, but in my mind, it's like it's going to keep on rolling. I put my leg over to get out on the passenger side. I can hardly walk. My head was like spinning. And then finally I was able to see, I seen my mom. It was like a triangle. And I seen my mom, then I seen my daughter, and then I seen my husband. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, why? And then I said, oh, no, please forgive me. Because early that day, we listened to the story of Job. And in the story of Job, we listened to it 3 times from 3 different, ministers. And we're just telling the story of Job, in their way, different clues or different texts, said a different kind of way. Within it, what I got from it is that some may say the devil or shaitan or whichever word you want to use was allowed to mess with Job, and God was like, hey, this is my disciple. This is my faithful disciple. He's not going to give in. So he, of him losing everything and him even getting, different illnesses and things of that nature, and losing his family, losing his home, losing his animals, just losing everything, till, it all came back to him because he did not curse God not once. Now, think about it. If you lose your family, how do you feel? If you lose your home, how do you feel? Sick, you get cancer, AIDS, diabetes, any of those different things, how do you feel? Job, he was like, I'm going to continue on, and give thanks to God. From that, he was rewarded 3 times over and got everything. I want to say that only God can take your life. Even if someone tries to harm you, it's only God that can take your life. And so I got that from that morning. Mind you, my mom was not living with me. She was just coming to visit with me. She had actually was not living in the same state. And so it was a very joyous moment for me to get a chance to be with my mom, for those couple of days. I could not imagine. I've always imagined my sister calling me and saying, hey, mom transitioned, passed away. And I could never imagine me having to tell her this. As I got out of the car and she was the first person I seen, it was hurtful to the point of, man, I have to call my sister. And I couldn't imagine my mom, passing like this. Seeing her on the ground, I right away, they was working on her, and I right away was like, she's fine. I'm saying in my head, like, you can stop working on her. She's already transitioned, it's done. And, I was saying, I love you, Mom, and, I appreciate you. And then I seen my daughter, and I seen that they were placing her on the ground. And I couldn't see the reason why, but I can see that she was injured, but I could not see all that was going on. But I said, okay, she's fine. Someone's helping her. And then I seen my husband, and I said, oh my goodness. So I rushed over to him, and I sat down on the ground. When I tell you that I've been in accidents before, and of course seen accidents before. But when you experience an accident like this, I had never seen bone up from your body, and just blood everywhere. And all I did was I held his hand and, said that everything is going to be okay. I'm here with you. And right away I started saying a poem. It's a poem of by Shekam Ndabamba, and I can explain that later on. But I can also give the website. You can read more on Shekam Ndabamba or Serene Tuba. But I began to say that poem, and I kept on saying it over and over and over again, no matter how many times or someone came and asked me questions or I was looking around, seeing what was going on. I kept on saying the poem. I would answer the question, kept on going back to it, answer the questions, kept on going back to it, holding my husband's hand, and kept on. And it was a sense of peace that came over me, that everything was going to be all right, even in this unknown. I still to that point did not know what happened. I didn't know how the accident happened or anything. It was definitely something that changed my life and changed our family lives. Like I said, my mother transitioned, passed away in the accident, and it was very fast for her. She didn't feel any pain. Right, she just passed from hearing the tire, and then right away she passed away. So it wasn't from any injuries, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for it's right away that it happened. And I'm thankful for the area in which the accident happened. It happened near military posts. It was actually a soldier who did a tourniquet on my husband's right leg, and which stopped the bleeding. Now he has his right leg is amputated, but some of it was able to be saved because of him. I could not imagine, thinking of all those little things myself. And the many prayers that went out. It was on the news for I know a good week. And the amount of prayers that went out, that everyone said, just praying for our family that did not know us. Like you seeing something on the news and you're just praying for that family. From every hospital we went to, they was like, that was y'all? We was like, yeah. The love that they shown us is indescribable. I only can give thanks to God because this accident could have took me to a depression moment forever. My mom passed away. My husband is now disabled. His right leg is amputated. He had several injuries. And by the grace of God, he's still here. And you will get a chance to see him soon. But he is still here. The doctors are like, it's like a miracle. From his ribs being cracked, he had a trach, fluid in his lungs. He broke his jaw. The nerve is not connected. The nerve in the spine, that the inside of the bone that's of the nerve is not connected. I mean, it was just so many. He had so many surgeries every day. He was in ICU unit for like a month and a half. The whole entire team took so much care for him. And then when he had rehab, and he went to 2 rehabs, and just all together, it was like 6 to 8 months that he was just, in hospitals. And when I say I give thanks for it now being 2 years from the accident, and we're still carrying on and loving one another and understanding that though such a big trial happened, something that could have killed all of us, but by the grace of God, saved us. I'm thankful for the moments I had with my mom right before she passed. I prayed with her the day before. The prayer that we did together is saved 7 generations forward and 7 generations backwards, and of course herself. So I'm actually at peace with that. Of course, I miss my mom, and she gave me life that my biological mom could not give me. She gave my biological mom gave me life as far as birthing me. And my adopted mom gave me life as far as nourishing me, taking care of me, told me what to do, what not to do, just helped me, raised me. I can not give thanks enough. And so the day before the accident, we did that prayer, and I also, told her that I've always wanted to give her something monetary, but I was growing myself, and I did not have it to give to her monetary. Of course, I gave her gifts, but that big thing that you just want to give your parents, I wasn't able to do that, but I could only give her love and time that I had. And she gave me a hug, and she said, don't worry. She said, I love you and you love me, and that's it. That's all we can give each other. I boohoo cried the day before, and I did not know that would be the last time we had such a beautiful conversation like that. And it was just on time. I'm thankful for that moment that I had with her, and all the beautiful moments I had throughout my childhood and my adulthood. I'm thankful for the family that she have given me. I'm thankful that my husband is still here with me, that I'm able to spend time with him, and that I'm able to love him even more than I loved before. Those little arguments that, we would have before, it's like, hey, we don't have even time to think about that anymore. And so I'm very thankful to be past a lot of things. I'm thankful that our daughter is still here. She is the one that got out the car first and ran up the highway. She had no shoes on because they came off through the accident, and she had glass in her feet. She was halfway out of the car, and she pulled herself out of the SUV to run up the highway to wave down cars to stop. And finally, cars stopped. And the car that stopped was so happened to be a soldier who was able to help, her father, my husband. I give thanks for her, for that bravery that she had, that energy that God gave her to get out of the car, the SUV, and to run so that she can help her father, so she can help her family. I give thanks, for that strength that God gave her. And I'm thankful that though it was a very trying time, and sometimes still a trying time for me, that God gave me some strength that I didn't think I had. At that time, me and my husband both were in our 30s. I just turned 40 in March. But, God gave me this strength that I didn't think I had from saying yes to surgeries. If I did not say yes for the leg amputation, the doctors told me that they didn't even see everything that was going on until they amputated the leg, and they was able to see even the part that wasn't open, that it had already had fungus and bacteria in it, and he would have died within a matter of the next day. I'm thankful to our family in Virginia as well as in Georgia who came and sat with us day after day after day. Our Sheikh, our Serene Bechachun, who right away said that, your mom is fine, she's with God, and said that also God was with y'all. And this is the reason why, even though she passed away, it was like, it was her timing. And I'm thankful that he gave me that extra security blanket. He recommended that the disciples, helped us in that time from my husband was the breadwinner. I was a stay-at-home mom. I'm homeschooling our daughter. It's just so much details to this story. I can't even explain all of it. This video would be too long, but all the dynamics that happened from family to jobs to housing. We had to move because my husband was the breadwinner and I wasn't working. I do have my life insurance license. However, at that time, I'm hurt. My husband's in the hospital. I'm not thinking about working. So, I wasn't working and I wasn't even thinking about it and didn't even know when I was going to be able to work because of my injury. When I say I'm thankful for Serene Batesville for giving the recommendation for the disciples to help us until we didn't need the money anymore or until the bills were all paid. I'm thankful for Serene Batesville to come and visit us before he left to go back to Senegal. Something that he don't just do. And I'm so thankful that he took the time to travel to come and see us. It means a world to me because that was the last time that we were able to see him in his physical body. So I'm giving thanks for Serene Batesville taking that time. Like I said, I'm giving thanks for family. I'm giving thanks for everyone who has prayed for us. And it's only time to keep on going, to continue to give thanks for all the many blessings that God has given our family. So I want you to think about when you're going through your trials, your tests, your situations. Think about what is it that God, the Creator, Allah, Jah, Yah, whoever you want to name, is doing for you. What are you supposed to get from it? Are you supposed to be depressed? Are you supposed to have anxiety? Are you supposed to, hate somebody? I hate them because, mama died. Or I hate them because, I hate God. Are you supposed to what are you supposed to do? So I'm saying all this to say that things crossed my mind. But I had such a peace within me and knowing that God kept me and my family that I could not curse God. I could not say, F this. I could not say that, forget family, forget this, forget that. I could not leave my husband's side. Even with me being injured, the nurses are like, Miss Carswell, please go home. I said, no, my husband needs to know that I'm here. At that particular time, he was not talking. He was not speaking to us or anything like that. And I was like, I will not leave his side. He's going to know that his wife was there for him. I'm just saying, whatever you're going through, think about what are you supposed to get in it. It's always a lesson. And let me tell you, there are so many lessons that I got from this accident that I'm actually have started writing the book on it. Of course, I have my other book, Bringing Out the God Within, but the book that I'm currently writing on is all about the accident. And, the life lessons I've got out of it is very dear to me. And I just want to say, you can get through it. Take it step by step. Did I cry? Did I even have a little depression? I did. But I did not. I was determined not to stay there. I knew that God has brought me so far that depression, who? Not me. I'm not going to stay on no medicine. For what? My belief in God is so much greater than medication can do for me. Now, I'm not saying to anyone to not take medicine. You do whatever you have to do. I'm just saying my story. I just wanted to share that with you. And on this day, June the 4th, in which the anniversary of the accident, I just wanted to share that with you. And of course, the accident is way more detailed, and just look out for that book. And I really just want to give thanks for what God has blessed me with at this point in life, the strength, the courage, all those different things that I did not know I had. I'm saying I'm here for you. You want somebody to talk to? I'm your girl. Inbox me. Comment below of your blog within moments. Name something that drastically happened that changed your life. Please. We're here to help one another. It's not just all about me. Yes, I'm starting with me, girls. Ladies, girls, everybody. I'm starting with me. However, it doesn't end with me. It's a collective thing. And I truly believe when us as women can get together and we share our many stories and we lift each other up, we can cry sometimes, we can laugh, whatever it needs to be. But at the end of the day, I want all of us to be able to come together and develop into a better being so that we can be out in a society, we can work better, we can take care of our children better, we can be better wives, better mothers, better selves, just better yourself. So I appreciate you for coming to my channel once again. And again, I know that I'm posting this maybe not on a Wednesday, but every Wednesday. I would like for you to come on back and listen to what we got to talk about on that day. So, and also, if any of you would like to be interviewed, just email me or comment below if you would like for us to get together, and I can also interview you. So take care, and remember to come back every Wednesday. Until then, have a great one.